why do we teach our horses to self-load? Probably the main reason is because of its effectiveness. So by self-loading, I mean teaching a horse how to lunge onto the float so that we can send them onto the float. If we have led one, if we've gone into the horse float ahead of our horse, chances of us being able to do anything to encourage him on other than pulling on the lead rope, which generally doesn't work, we're not in a spot. We're not in an area that we can be effective. We can't move his body up. We can't influence him at all other than the pull on the rope, which, as most people that have had anything to do with horsemanship will know, we can't outpull one of these horses. If they decide to lean back on us, they outweigh us 5 to 10 to 1, something like that. Depending on the horse, the breed, or whatever. We just can't. We don't have a weapon against that, so we have to use a little bit more brain. So I'll show you what I mean by sending a horse on, in case you don't know, and we'll discuss the other ways that have been done to put one on. So we have a horse here that lunges pretty well. He likes going on the float, this fella. He's been on there plenty of times. He knows what it's all about. And we'll just show you how easy this is to send one on once they know how to do it. So I'm going to start him from anywhere here, and I can load him onto either side of this float. I just point him up there. I'm still out here. He's taking his own sweet time to get up there. Everything's good. He's nice and comfortable. Very good. Rightio. Now, just unload him for the sake of this. I've just picked up his tail and asked him to come backwards. Good boy. Good man. Rightio. So, some of the ways that I've seen people trying to load their horses, number one, pulling them up into the float. I'm sure that this horse would load with me in front of him. Lots of them do. There are also lots of them that don't. But standing here is the perfect place to get jumped on. If this horse decided he was going to jump into the float now, I'm in his road. The other thing that would happen, could happen once I'm up in there, I'm trapped between him and the chest bar if I don't get underneath that chest bar. I'm also inside the float with him if he decides to chuck a spack attack. All of those things are things that I don't want to have happen. Same thing if I am trying to get him on here and he won't take a step, so I reach down and move his feet for him. It's a fair chance I can either get jumped on or kicked, stepped on, but whatever. Once I'm down here, I actually have no control over where he's going, and I'm in the road. So in every scenario, bar the lunging on scenario, we can get ourselves into trouble. I've found that once a horse has been taught to load like that a couple of times, they will go looking for that opening. They understand that that's the nice place to be. Everywhere else outside there, if they don't start to look for that opening, everywhere else outside becomes a hard place to be. So they tend to load themselves at their own rate. He wasn't panicked about that at all. Same thing about him coming off here. He's not panicked about that. He's not worried. He hasn't had a chance to jump on me. I haven't had to put myself in a dangerous position. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. So I'll just send him back up there once more just because I can. The other thing about teaching one to load this way is that The loading then becomes their responsibility. I don't have to straighten him up or make sure that he's in the right shape to get up there. He lines himself up, he figures out the best way for him to get up there, he sorts out his own feet, and he loads himself at his own rate. All of which has got to be a bonus.